next in line, students, is the elements and importance of one of the important concepts in organizing, that is delegation, and later we will also see regarding decentralization. So let me take you to the notes where NCERT is talking about the elements of delegation. On page 126 you can see the elements of delegation as a topic, and these elements are 3 in number, which you can easily remember as ARA, where A stands for authority, R representing responsibility, and again an A representing accountability. So let us discuss one by one. Authority is basically the right of an individual to command his or her subordinates and can demand action from their side. It is always due to the position in the scalar chain of the organization. It basically refers to the right to take decisions as per the managerial position that one holds in the organization. So authority is highest at the top level and it flows from top to bottom in the organization's hierarchical chain. So all these things you should write, students, when you talk about authority. Next in line is the element of responsibility, and responsibility is nothing but the obligation on the part of a subordinate to perform the work assigned to him or her. So the subordinate is no doubt bound to give the work done, get the work completed in due course of time as duly assigned by the superior, and responsibility is that component that flows from downward to upward. That is, always it is from the subordinate side towards his superior. So it flows upwards. The last segment is accountability, where it says that accountability is no doubt an obligation, an ultimate obligation or liability on the part of the superior, that although authority and responsibilities have been delegated, the work is to be done by the subordinate, but ultimate responsibility to get the work completed still lies with that of the superior. So superior is always answerable for the final outcome. This point you should write whenever you explain accountability, students. And one last line as a conclusion to the 3 elements of delegation can be: when authority is delegated, responsibility is assumed and accountability is imposed. This is a very important line in NCERT which you must mention as a conclusion to this question. When authority is delegated, we say that responsibility is assumed and accountability is imposed. So anyway you can write ARA are the 3 elements, and to the 3 elements these 3 words attach DAI, which means that जब हमने authority को दे दिया, delegate कर दिया, तो responsibility अपने आप मान ली जाती है और accountability एक तरह से थोप दी जाती है, that ultimately the work has to be done and answerability has to be there from the superior's end. So this is all regarding the elements of delegation. Next in line is the topic of importance of delegation, which is also an important topic as it has come over the period of time in the past few years. So for remembering this topic well, students, you need to remember another acronym, but this time it's a very simpler one where there are just a few letters of English alphabet: C, D, E, F, G, H. So you see there are 6 letters, but with a small alteration, that instead of this F we have the letter called M. Rather than writing F, you should remember M in this place. So it is all about the importance of the function of delegation: C, D, E, M, G, H. So let us talk about this, where C represents the very first point, pointing towards better coordination due to prevalence of the process of delegation. You see, students, when we talk about delegation, it is nothing but dividing the tasks so that everything can't be done by one single manager. So ultimately the entire work has to be done with cooperation and teamwork, for which the tasks have to be divided, the powers and duties have to be assigned, and answerability has to lie upon an individual, so that there is no overlapping and no confusion and no duplication of efforts, and the work is done in a clear-cut manner with complete coordination. So no doubt this delegation process all leads to coordination. When we talk about D, we are trying to say that this process of delegation helps in the development of the employees, because it gives them more opportunities to showcase their talents. Sometimes it gives rise to the latent abilities, the hidden qualities in them, and they make them prepare as better future managers. So it leads ultimately to the development of the employees. When we talk about the point E, we can simply say that it leads to effectiveness in management, effectiveness and efficiency in the process of management, because now the managers are able to perform the functions in a more efficient and effective manner, with freedom from doing the routine tasks, because the routine tasks have been divided and delegated amongst the subordinates. So now the manager is more free to concentrate upon the key aspects, key opportunities to excel in the new areas. Then we talk about F. In place of F, as I told you students, it's M, the letter M denoting motivation to the employees. Delegation is a factor that helps in the development of talent of the existing employees, and therefore somewhere it gives them psychological benefits as well, because they get a feeling that yes, our superior is entrusting us with the task and giving us the kind of responsibilities, so we must also make our part better, and there lies a component of commitment which all leads to motivation on the part of the employee. Students, this is a question from the previous year papers that have come on the topic of elements of delegation, and the question says that delegation of authority undoubtedly empowers an employee to act for his superior, but the superior would still remain accountable for the outcome. As we have discussed just now, we need to explain the different elements of delegation in this question for 3 marks, and clearly you can remember and recall them as ARA, and always end it up with a concluding line: when authority is delegated, responsibility is assumed and accountability is imposed. The next question says delegation helps a manager to extend his areas of operations, because without it he would be restricted to only what he himself can do. Therefore, no doubt delegation is an important aspect. If we have to get the entire organization's work done, it is not possible to complete it single-handedly. So the responsibilities have to be allocated. In the light of above statement, we are supposed to explain the effective delegation, that how it helps in organizations' objectives to be achieved. So with this, we can clearly say that the question is asking regarding the importance of the process of delegation, which we can recall with a few letters of English alphabet as C, D, E. Instead of F, we need to use M, G, H. C, D, E, M, G, H. So recalling all these points, if it is a 6 marker students, you need to write all the 6 points with proper headings from NCERT as explained through these acronyms, and also the points, important points with its explanation in 3 to 4 lines using all the keywords as depicted under each point in the book of NCERT. Thank you.